Know Your Church, celebrating faith, heritage, and community spirit. Last week on Know Your Church, we explored the rich history of Bunyoro Kitara Diocese with the retired Bishop, Right Reverend Samuel Kahuma, who took us through its formation. He shared Right Reverend Yustus Ruhindi's story, the first bishop who led the ministry with just 16 clergy covering a vast area from River Muzizi to Karuma. Tonight, we continue this journey as Bishop Kahuma highlights the significant role Bishop Ruhindi played in establishing the diocese.
So, Bishop Ruhindi played a very big role. It was not easy beginning. You invite the whole diocese to come together, you have 15 clergy. Today, the 15 clergy can be just in an archdeaconry. His duty was to begin, develop the infrastructure, train ministers, expand the dioceses in terms of ministry, have many pastors, and he stayed here until 1980, end of 1980.
A unique event took place in 1980 when Bishop Ruhindi was transferred to Rukunjiri to establish the North Kigezi Diocese. This move not only expanded the church's reach but also forged a lasting relationship between the two dioceses as recalled by Bishop Kahuma.
Bunyoro Kitara is the only diocese which has ever translated bishops, because in 1980, because he was still of age, he was translated from here, meaning transfer, to go and begin a new diocese of North Kigezi. North Kigezi is Rukunjiri. So our North Kigezi brothers, we are called ourselves cousins. He is our younger brother. We were fathered by the same bishop. We are the elder son, and they follow us.
The same scenario occurred in Rwenzori Diocese, where Bishop Ikara was translated in 1981 to Bunyoro Kitara Diocese, where he stayed as an assistant bishop of Rwenzori before Bishop Erika Sabiti was elevated to the Archbishop of the province. It should be noted that Bunyoro was the birthplace of Bishop Ikara, which could have been one of the factors leading to the translation.
In 1981, Bishop Ikara was translated from Rwenzori back to Hoima, where he had stayed as assistant bishop. And this was he also because his birthplace. So 81, he stayed up to 1989 when he retired. Unfortunately, he didn't live long. 5 years later, less than 5 years, he passed on.
After Bishop Ikara's retirement, leadership was passed to Bishop Wilson Turumanya in 1989, and Bishop Kahuma himself began to play a role in the church around that time.
Bishop Wilson Turumanya took the mantle of leadership. Now, when Bishop Turumanya comes to leadership in 1989, that is where I also begin to come in the picture, in the face of the church and the leadership at least. But at his consecration, which was inside St. Peter's Cathedral, inside, I did not even have the privilege of standing in the veranda, not even in the courtyard. Where you see those big gates at the beginning, I came with a bicycle, that is where I stood. That time I was a school teacher. But I was so happy that I could stand there and keep there for the rest of the service until the service had ended and they would see bishops going their way. I went home happily that day and they told the story of how colorful the event had been, which I actually had not seen. But at least I had seen the marching, I had heard the brass band, I had seen dignitaries, and to me that was enough.
In 2002, Bishop Nathan Chamanywa became the fourth bishop, serving the longest tenure in the diocese's history. Interestingly, despite his period, he retired at 60 years, 5 years before the official retirement age of 65.
And Bishop Chamanywa retired in 2002, and then Bishop Chamanywa took over. I think he's the longest serving bishop, Bishop Chamanywa. And he took over the leadership of the diocese when he was still young compared to the other bishops. I think he was 46 years. And because of that, he came to a point and said, I think I have accomplished what I feel the Lord called me to do. And he lived for 5 years. He retired at 60 years. But he had served close to 15 years, 14 years and a half. And he retired.
Then in 2016, Bishop Samuel Kahuma took up the mantle, leading Bunyoro Kitara Diocese for 7 years before retiring last year in 2024.
I always tell people, if Bishop Kahuma had not retired, I would not become bishop. Because if he had retired at 65, then I would be remaining with 3 years to retire as well. How would they go in for a candidate at 62? So that is how God does his things. So I have been in the office shortest compared to the other bishops, my predecessors. I started on 4th of October, not 4th of December, 2016. That's why I said 7 years and 8 months. I, Right Reverend Samuel Kahuma, do now relinquish my episcopal jurisdiction over Bunyoro Kitara Diocese.
Today the diocese is under the leadership of Right Reverend Jacobata Irweho, who was consecrated on August 11th, 2024. As we continue to uncover the Church of Uganda's rich history, join us next time on Know Your Church as we explore the historic St. Peter's Cathedral Hoima, a cornerstone of faith and heritage in the diocese. Know Your Church, celebrating faith, heritage and community spirit. Know Your Church, celebrating faith, heritage and community spirit.